Hello guys, I am back from another video and today we're talking about with Deku was the embodiment of hope and despair. So in the last video Deku, after Izuku trained with All Might, Izuku finally got one for all. After that he started going to the entrance exam so he can start, well, basically going into school because he did want to become a hero. After doing the written exam, it was pretty easy for him. Izuku starts going off to the practical exam, where he meets again Miss Todoroki, which, after a while of fighting all of these pointers or these robots, Izuku saw the zero pointer getting ready to crush Todoroki. So, after a bit of talking with Okumi, Okumi took over Izuku's body and lets himself save Todoroki, which, after summoning out these knives, these sentient, almost piranha-like knives, which slice into the body of the Zero Pointer, thankfully, Todoroki was saved. Izuku saved him, I meant her, or should I say Okumi. Okumi saved Todoroki. Izuku slash Okumi brings Todoroki to the infirmary as he leaves. Then we go into the perspective of Todoroki and her abusive father, the almighty Endeavor, aka the worst father ever, like seriously. So, after a bit of fighting with him, she leaves in anger because, after all, Endeavor is these seriously really bad, like seriously horrible, like seriously. Anyway, so after that perspective, Izuku goes to sleep, and it was basically the end of that episode. So, yeah, let's talk about what happens next. So, Izuku wakes up as he starts getting ready for his first day at UA. After changing his clothes, and also looking in the mirror, and also seeing Okumi, saying to him that his clothes are okay, but says that he should be wearing a jacket like a leather one. But Izuku tells him that he prefers to wear the school uniform and not wear like a delinquent. For Okami, he starts getting mad. He wants to wear like badass clothing like jackets, but for Izuku, he prefers proper-ish clothing like suit and ties or something like that. So, after Izuku leaves, he goes into the limousine as he starts going to UA High. So, many of the students, after they see the limousine and also see Izuku, they started charging towards him, asking for autographs and saying, "I can't believe Izuku, the celebrity, is actually going to be our classmate or student here," as they started, crowding around him. But unfortunately, some bodyguards are trying to, stop them from, crowding into, Izuku's personal space. So, Izuku starts going to his classroom, which was class 1A. So, when Izuku gets there, Izuku sees Bakugo getting lectured by this boy. He had blue hair and glasses. As when the blue haired boy with glasses looks and sees Izuku, he says this, no, "You're Izuku, the famous, the celebrity. It's nice to meet you. My name is Taniida." He brings up his hand and tries to shake Izuku's, but Izuku shakes his hand and says, "Nice to meet you. I'm glad to be your classmate. My name's Izuku Midoriya, but you can just call me Deku for short." As Bakugo said this, a bit too formal. "Hey, don't try and talk to this guy. He's probably one of those, strict bastards." As Ida says this, "Wait, you know each other?" As Izuku says this, "Oh yeah, Baku's my best friend back in middle school." As he says this, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but you still have to put your feet down. Do not put it up in the desk. That's disgracing our, our superiors." As Baku said this, "Do I even freaking care?" As both of them started arguing, but Izuku tells them both to stop fighting. But they couldn't stop fighting as several students come in which are Izuku's soon-to-be classmates. Wait for a second. So, after his soon-to-be classmates come in, they see Izuku as they start crowding around him, including some girls, which they mostly want to marry him for his money. Until the last two, which was a girl with black hair and a beautiful figure, and the other was Todoroki. As Todoroki says this, hey Izuku. As Izuku says this, oh, hello Todoroki. As Bako said this, wait, you know each other? So, Izuku, you finally got a girlfriend? So, this will be interesting for the paparazzi to know. As Izuku says this, um, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. We're actually just friends. Izuku kind of laughs as Izuku looks over. As Todoroki said this, thank you for saving me during the exam. As Izuku says this, why, it's no problem. It's just my way of saying thank you, I guess. Both of them laugh as the girl with the black hair says this. Wait, you're Izuku Midoriya, the famous actor and celebrity? As Izuku looks over and sees the girl, as Izuku says this, oh, nice to meet you. My name is Izuku Midoriya. What's yours? As she says this, oh, my name is Momo Yayorozu. Izuku says this. Wait, Momo Yayorozu, the daughter of the soon-to-be, wait for a second, the daughter of the daughter of, as she says this. Are you stuttering? Huh. It's my first time actually meeting a celebrity as he starts stuttering. Like, seriously, most celebrities that meet me don't even stutter at all. As Izuku says this, sorry, it's just, I'm so, enamored. Like, meeting you, your family is seriously popular, specifically in, like, hero society, because of their, well, technology and making hero items. As she says this, oh, you're just, flattering me. Anyway, so, how do you know my friend Todoroki? As Izuku says this. Wait, you're friends with Todoroki? As Todoroki said this. Yeah, we've been friends since middle school. As Izuku says this. Oh, okay. I just met Todoroki during the entrance exam. As she says this. Oh, um, it's nice to meet you, a fellow celebrity like me. Is a welcome, I guess. So they shake hands as they start leaving, going into their seats as they wait for the teacher. When the teacher arrives, being Mr. Aizawa was still in the sleeping bag, crawling like a caterpillar. As Mina says this. Wait, is that a caterpillar monster? As Aizawa says this. What are you calling monster? As he opens up the sleeping bag, as he reveals his disheveled face. He doesn't look good at all. Like, seriously. He has big eye bags, he has a 5 o'clock shadow, and his hair is basically messy as all hell. Like, seriously, it looks like a rat's nest that's big. As everybody said this, what, who are you, sir? Says Kirishima. As he says this, I'm your teacher. The name's Aizawa, but you can call me Eraserhead. As Izuku says this, wait, you're Eraserhead? The Eraserhead? The, the hero that's able to erase a person's quirk? As he says this, yeah, I regret that name. Wait for a second. I regret giving myself that hero name. Anyway, everybody start going outside. We're gonna be starting the hero whatever. Don't really care. He starts going into his bag as he grabs a iced coffee, as he starts chugging it, as he says this, alright, everybody go outside immediately. As he gives everybody their tracksuits. So, Izuku starts going off to the changing room as Izuku starts changing his clothes. Everybody sees his, well, tanned muscles and his almost skinny demeanor. As wait for a second. As Kirishima said this, whoa, bro, you're pretty skinny. How are you that popular with the girls? Anyway, without, well, being muscular. As Izuku says this, I'm guessing it's because of my looks. Izuku kind of laughs as Kirishima said this. I mean, yeah, but you need to get some muscles, bro. Like, seriously. As Izuku says this, no thanks. I prefer not to be that muscular. As Bako said this, hey, Izuku. As Izuku looks over, as Bako said this, so how's your condition? As Izuku says this, oh yeah, it's, still okay-ish. As one of them being, Kaminari said this, what are you talking about? Condition or whatever. As Izuku says this, I have a split personality actually. As one of them being Kirishima says this, split personality? What do you mean by that? I thought you were always like this almost kind person. As Ida says this, I never heard of you having this split personality. Is that an actual thing? As Izuku says this, yeah, my quirk is called Hope, and my other self, which he has another quirk. As, well, wait for a second. Ida says this, another quirk? Huh, I never heard of that before. So, mind telling me what is this quirk that your other self uses? As Izuku says this, yeah, this quirk is called Despair. As they say this, really? Quite ominous, says Kaminari. As Izuku says this, yeah, the reason why it's called Despair is basically the opposite of my quirk, except for some key details. One of which, instead of producing diamond-like crystals, instead he produces these knives. These knives are basically sentient, almost working like piranhas. As one of them being, wait for a sec. As Kirishima says this, wait, you're what? As Izuku says this, yeah, that is why I always have to take this medicine over here. As Izuku drinks it, as Izuku gets a little bit tired from that drinking because it sometimes gives him a little bit of nausea every time when he drinks it, but Izuku still moves on. As Izuku says this, alright, let's just go outside. The teacher's probably angry. So, everybody goes outside as most of the girls start looking at Izuku with his brand new tracksuit, which is a bit different. His tracksuit is all white, which it's a bit too much for some of the guys. So, wait for a second. So, one of them, being Aizawa, said this. Alright, I want all of you to start using your quirks. Specifically, I'm gonna be picking one of you by your numbers. So, the first one is going to be over there, the one with the grape head. So, unfortunately, or fortunately in this case, Mineta gets expelled. Yeah, thank God. So, everybody after hearing that, well, Aizawa literally just expelled Mineta, one of them, being Ida, says this is unfair. Why did you do that? As he says this, I do whatever the hell I want. If you're not really good at your job, well, you get expelled. As everybody starts getting afraid, thinking if they lose or, well, not or not even above the rest, well, they're probably going to lose and don't become a hero and get expelled. So, Izuku starts getting ready to go, well, to go first, basically, because, well, Mineta's basically, well, gone, thankfully. So, Izuku was handed the ball as he was told to throw it as hard as he can. So, Izuku reels up as he uses a bat made out of diamonds, or at least like a diamond like crystal. So, Izuku throws the ball onto the ground as Izuku swings the bat as it starts flying away. So, it reaches to about a few miles as wait for a second. As Aizawa puts Izuku on the third place. So, Izuku got third and second place most of the time, as the rest are basically kind of okay. Except for the long jump. Izuku goes on first place because of Izuku's quirk. Izuku just creates a diamond like pillar and basically just falls down and goes above and beyond. Like, seriously, Izuku basically jumps over the entire thing. So, Izuku was told that he can stay at the school, while the rest are still okay, except for Mineta because Mineta is expelled. Like, Mineta's expelled, I meant. So, Izuku starts going off and goes to class again, where the day has ended as they start going home. So, this is actually going to be a short episode because, well, yeah, that. Because there's going to be a thunderstorm very soon. So, after Izuku goes home, Izuku sees his mother. His mother says this: "Oh, honey, it's been a long time." As Izuku says this, hello, mother. How was your day at New York? As she says this, "Oh, it was fine. Don't worry, I'll be staying here for a while. After all, my son is going to become a great hero." As Izuku says this, "Thanks, mom." As Inko says this, "So, do you have a girlfriend yet?" As Izuku says this, "No, I don't have a girlfriend yet. I swear." As she says this, "Oh, how sad." And I knew it, the rain is coming in. God dang it, the rain. Anyway, so, Inko said this, "So, you don't have a girlfriend yet? How disappointing. But don't worry, I'll find you a girlfriend very soon. I heard of this daughter from the Yayorozu family. Apparently her name was, Momo Yayorozu, right?" As Izuku says this to himself, "Wait, does she know Momo? Like, Momo, that Momo, my classmate? I meant, my classmate?" Izuku starts getting worried, as his other self, which Izuku's standing right next to a mirror, his other self says this: "So, you're gonna get married to that girl?" Can't believe it. As Inko looks and sees Izuku's other self, as Inko says this: "Why, hello there, Okami." As he says this: "Why, hello there, mom. Duh, I absolutely hate you." As she says this: "Because the only way I still love you is because you're still a part of my son, while you're just a monster." As he says this: "What did you say, you old hag? I'm not a monster. You're the one who made me into this." As he starts getting ready to kill her, but unfortunately, well, Okami is still in this mirror world or whatever. As, wait for a second. As Inko says this: alright. Anyway, so, I heard of this, Momo girl. I heard Momo Yayorozu is actually in your class, right?" As Izuku says this, how did you know?" As she says this: "Well, I actually met with the CEO of the company, which is Momo Yayorozu's dad. So, after a bit of talking, I decided to do this. You're gonna be marrying her very, very soon. After high school, you're going to get married, and then we'll become the most powerful family right now. After you get married to her, after all." As Izuku says this, "Wait, I'm gonna be married to Momo?" As she says this: "Yeah, your father, or should I say, Momo's father, is gonna be telling her that very soon, after she goes home." At, After all, it would be fun seeing you all happy. seeing you happy with your brand new wife. As Izuku says this, I'm not really ready for that. As Inko says this, you're not ready for that? Hmm. I guess it's too early, but you can learn. Anyway, start going to sleep, honey. I'll just be going to my special place. As Izuku says this, do you mean the club? As she says this, oh yeah, I'll be going out late, so ta-ta. As she leaves. So, after Izuku gets changed by his maids and starts brushing his teeth, Izuku looks over and sees Okumi in the mirror. As Okumi says this, that damn bitch. I can't believe she's letting us get married to that. Duh. As Izuku says this, why are you mad? Like, seriously, you've never been this mad before. As he says this, I don't like that girl at all. Like, seriously. I can definitely smell the bitch in her. As Izuku says this, I mean, I guess I could sense that, but it doesn't mean that you have to say that out loud. As he says this, whatever. I don't like her. She seems that she's the type that would definitely dump us in an instant if she sees us. As Izuku says this, but she seems pretty nice. As he says this, are you sure? Have you seen all of the movies? The movies about these girls being all rich and bratty? That's what I hate about them. And I can definitely tell that bitch is definitely those types of people. That type of person is definitely Momo Yayorozu. Because I can definitely smell it from a mile of fucking way. As Izuku says this, Jesus, you're that angry at her, even though we just met? As he says this, I just have a gut feeling. And besides, I have a bit of a crush on somebody over there. As Izuku says this, wait, you, the embodiment of despair, actually liking somebody? As he says this, oh come on, you don't really think that I have a feeling? Do you really think that I have feelings or anything? Us, or should I say me, or you, or whatever, we have feelings, basically. We're basically personalities, or at least another personality in your case, but anyway, I have a crush on somebody, basically. As Izuku says this, so, who do you have a crush on? As he says this, he starts scratching his head and blushing as he sighs and says this. I kind of have a crush on this girl. Her name is, Todoroki. As Izuku says this. Wait. You're in love with Todoroki? Huh. As he says this. Why you look surprised? As Izuku says this. I thought you would probably be in love with, like, I don't know, like Jiro, because she's more your style, I guess. As he says this. Do you really think that I would ever like that girl? And besides, I prefer Todoroki because, well, he starts blushing as Izuku says this. Because what? As Okumi says this. Whatever. Let's just go to sleep. So, after Izuku goes to bed, he goes to sleep. So yeah, this will be the end of the episode, and I hope you liked the video. Comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Just subscribe to me if you want to see more videos like this, but you're probably not because, well, the glitch. Anyway, so, goodbye.